Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Last month I competed in the Mammoth Sniper Challenge and I quickly realized that I pretty much had the wrong setup. Or it wasn't the wrong setup, but it wasn't a good setup. No, it was a good setup, but it wasn't the right setup. Yeah, we'll go with that. It wasn't the right setup. So I competed with a 6.5 Creedmoor gas gun, and I was so focused on the weight of the rifle. I had a heavier cartridge, so I had 140 grain 6.5 Creedmoor and a 12.5 pound rifle. The total was like 19.5, maybe close to 20 pounds with the ammo and the rifle. And what I should have done was I should have gone with a heavier rifle with a lighter cartridge. And if you want to compete for a top spot, as a primary shooter, you're not going to do it with a gas gun. You're just not. Bolt guns are just more accurate, and it allows you to use a bunch of different calibers that really you can't use in a gas gun. So using a gas gun, you're at a disadvantage, and I learned that. And it's okay. I'll still be able to repurpose that rifle. The barrel isn't even mine. It's my brother-in-law. So when I give it back to him, I'll get another AR-10 barrel. I don't know what in. And then I'll have a fully functional rifle. But in talking to the competitors and talking to the people afterwards, I got to go bolt gun. And I was talking about actions, talking about cartridges. Ultimately, I'm going to go with a 6GT. And I was talking with people about the action because that's what this video is about. It's about the Impact Precision 737R. It's going to be a quick review, unboxing, and initial impressions. A bunch of people said an action is worth the money when it gets dirty. So if an action doesn't cycle, then it's useless because you'll be in the field and you won't be able to get your shots off because it won't cycle because it's dirty. So having an action that will cycle when it's dirty is paramount. You want good machining, you want quality components, and I believe that I got that with this Impact Precision 737R. So we're gonna do probably the most underwhelming unboxing. It's probably the downside of this particular action, because there it is. So nothing super special in the box. You have your receiver and you have your bolt. I went with the 308 bolt face because I am going to be going with the 6GT. This will take other calibers like 22 Creed, 6BR, 6BRA, 6-Dasher, BRX, 6x47, 6 Creed. You know, all those 308 cartridges will work with this bolt face. And then the receiver is made from one solid piece. It has a 20 MOA rail built in, and it is pretty hefty. So we'll just put this together real quick. I have done this already because boys and their toys. So we'll get rid of this box, and then we will fully be able to talk about this Impact Precision 737R. So goes together like lamb and tuna fish, and it really is amazing machining. And the concept, when you learn how all of this works, it really is mind-boggling with how simple it is. Even if you learn how like an AR-15 gas system works, it's really simple, and just the thought process to get it developed is really, you have to respect the genius. So two pieces, this is one, the bolt is another, although the bolt is comprised of different pieces. It cycles back and forth. And I was watching a review video this morning, and it was on this action, and it was kind of unfairly reviewed. And in subsequent videos, that person kind of didn't backtrack, but when the rifle was assembled, things got way better. So they did an initial unboxing just like I'm doing. I have it in my hand, and you got a straight up top down shot. And when I go to release the bolt, there's just no way to do it keeping it straight. Okay, and I think that's where some of the dissatisfaction came into play in that particular review. There's a notch here that helps guide the throw lever back, and in the actual bolt face itself you can see the firing pin is out, and when you twist the bolt back it retracts. Then it's back out and it retracts. So, and then they were also saying how like this is a little wobbly. But I wholeheartedly believe that when you have this hooked up to a barrel and a chassis, it gets a lot sturdier and you won't feel those minor movements as much. Now this you might feel, but if it's got a cartridge in there, you might not, you know, depending on what the oh gosh, I forgot what the free bore, depending on what the free bore is. And you know, if you have a cartridge in there and it's really stabilizing this bolt, it's not going to have that much play. So I think it's unfair to really do a first impression video review and not take those things into account. So that's that. So like I said, the firing pin is extracted and now it's retracted, and then you can see how that works down here. That will slide back and forth when it is thrown, like so. And then even on the back here, you can see how that is in, and now it's out, and then in. Let's see, can we get it all in one shot? No, we can't. So this is the bolt release here, and we'll just take a look at the bolt real fast. Bolt is made up of multiple pieces. The machining is so good that this is machined out. It really, when it's tough to see on the video, but it looks like it's a separate piece. But when you look at the lip of the bolt here, you can clearly tell that it is not two pieces, and this is clearly machined out. That's how small the tolerances are for this particular company. Really, really well made. The bolt is fluted just a tad to reduce a speck of weight. This bolt, this whole action, I put it on my scale, it weighed 2 pounds 4 1/4 ounces, so 36.25 ounces. Definitely not a lightweight, but you want some of that heftiness for the rifle. That's one thing that I learned. So in the back here, this for the trigger will rotate into that little notch there, and this will go in, and you have your extractor over here, and it really is amazing machinery. Now, full disclosure, the only other bolt that I have is a Savage 93 R17, and that really is a complete different quality than this. Just the heftiness of this. That rifle weighs, I think, 6 pounds, 6 or 7 pounds in its entirety, and this weighs 2 1/4 pounds. So this, it's just night and day. But cycling it back and forth, throwing that bolt it's super smooth. Once it gets lubed and once it gets fired, there will be some natural grease and oils and whatnot in and on the equipment in here. It'll make it, you know, get broken in and worn in and seasoned, I think is one of the terms that I heard or read when I was reading about bolt break-in. The metal gets seasoned, and it really is a phenomenal term. But you have a trigger hanger here on the bottom, and as I mentioned, that's the bolt release right there. So really, really well made piece of machinery. I cannot wait to get a barrel and a chassis. My plan is to get a 6GT barrel made, or made, I guess, from a company up in Venice, GCP Rifle Co. I'm going to go with a Vision Pro chassis. I really like that chassis overall, and I don't really know about the scope yet or the bipod, but this is the backbone of my build, and it is the Impact Precision 737R. I did not make a bad choice. Kinda with bolt guns, definitely buy once, cry once, and that's gonna do it for this video. Let me know what you think down below. Like and subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next video.